What are the laws in cybercrime? Cybercrime security. The Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, officially recorded as Republic Act 10175, is a law in the Philippines that was approved in September 12, 2012. It aims to address legal issues concerning online interaction and the Internet in the Philippines. Among the cybercrime offenses included in the bill ay cyber-squatting, cyber-sex, child pornography, identity theft, illegal access to data, and libel. The term cyber-squatting refers to the unauthorized registration and use of Internet domain names that are identical or similar to trademarks, service marks, company names, or personal names. Cyber-squatting involves buying an Internet domain name that might be wanted by another person, business, or organization with the intention of selling it to them and making a profit. Cybersex, sexual arousal using computer technology, specifically by wearing virtual reality equipment or by exchanging messages with another person via internet. Child pornography. It refers to any representation, whether visual, audio, or written combination thereof, by electronic, mechanical, digital, optical, magnetic, or any other means of child engaged or involved in real or simulated explicit sexual activities. Identity theft. It is the crime of obtaining the personal or financial information of another person to use their identity to commit fraud, such as making unauthorized transactions or purchase. Illegal access. When committed intentionally, the access to the whole or any part of computer system without right, often referred to as hacking, cracking, or computer trespass, illegal access may result in damage to computer systems and data or compromise a confidential data. What are the parts of computer system? Hardware. What is computer? A computer is any machine that can be programmed to carry out a set of algorithms and arithmetic instruction. The computers we think today are so much more than that, and talking beyond just being machines used to play games and watch videos of cats in the internets. The 5 parts of the computers, the main 5 parts of the computer are the motherboard, a central processing unit or the CPU, a graphic processing unit or the GPU, also known as the video card, the random access memory or the RAM, also known as volatile memory, the storage solid state drive or SSD, or the hard drive or HDD. The motherboard. All components of a computer communicate to a critical circuit board called motherboard. Think motherboard as the glue that holds everything else together. The central processing unit or the CPU. The CPU is often called the brain of the computer, thanks to its direct plug connection to the motherboard and communication with all computers' other components. The CPU, whenever you write a line of code, for example, in Python, Java, C++, or any other programming language, it broken down into assembly language, which is the language that processor can understand. It fetches, decodes, and executes this information. The graphic processing unit or the GPU. The GPU is not uncommon to hear for gamers obsessed over the new next graphic card. as these graphic cards make it possible for computers to generate high-end visuals like those found in many different types of video games. The graphic card processing unit. The graphic cards often communicate directly with the display monitor. The graphic card won't be much as if there is a high-end monitor connected to it. The random access memory or the RAM. The RAM is also known as the volatile memory. It stores data regarding access programs and processes. It's called volatile memory because it gets erased every time the computer restarts. What does RAM? What it does? RAM helps program and games start up and close quickly. Storage. What it is? All computers need somewhere to store their data. Modern computers either use a hard disk drive or the HDD or the solid state drive or the SSD. What it does? HDDs are made of actual disks onto which computer is stored. The disk is read by a mechanical arm. HDDs are cheaper than SSDs but are slowly becoming more and more obsolete. SSDs, think SIM cards, have no moving parts and are faster than a hard drive because no time is spent waiting for a mechanical arm to find data on a physical location on the disk. Number 3, what is the impact of technology in learning and education? First, it's changed student and teachers' role. When teachers are using technology as a tool or support for communicating with others, they are in active role rather than passive role of recipient of information transmitted by teacher. Textbook or broadcast. The student actively making choice about how to generate, obtain, manipulate, or display information. Technology use allow many more students to be actively thinking about information, making choices, and executing skills than is typically teacher-led lessons. Moreover, when technology is used as a tool to support students in performing authentic tasks, the students are in position of defining their goals, making design decisions, and evaluating their progress. The teacher role changes as well. The teacher is no longer the center of attention as the dispenser of information, but rather plays the role of facilitator, setting projector goals and providing guidelines and resources, moving from students to student or groups to group, providing suggestions and support for the student's activity. As for students working under technology-supported products, the teacher rotates through the room, looking over shoulders, asking about the reason for various design choices and suggesting resources that might be used. Project-based work, such as city building project and the state-run manufacturing company, and cooperative learning approaches prompts this change in roles whether technology is used or not. However, tool uses of technology are highly compatible with new teacher role since they stimulate so much active mental work on the part of the students. Moreover, when the venue for work is technology, the teacher often finds him or herself joined by many peer coaches, students who are technology savvy and eager to share their knowledge with others. The technology increases motivation and self-esteem. The most common and in fact nearly universal teacher-reported effect on students was an increase of motivation. Teachers and students are sometimes surprised at the level of technology-based accomplishment displayed by students who have shown much less initiative or facility with more conventional academic tasks. The kids that don't necessarily star can become the stars with technology. Teachers talk about the motivation from number of different perspectives. Some mentioned motivation with respects to working in a specific subject area. For example, a greater willingness to write or to work on computational skills. Others spoke in terms of more. Technology is the ultimate carrot for students. It's something they want to master. Learning to use it enhances their self-esteem and makes them excited about coming to school. The computer has been an empowering tool to the students. They have a voice, and it's not in any way secondary to anybody else's voice. It's equal to voice, so that's incredibly positive. Technical skills. Students even on elementary school level are able to acquire impressive level of skills and with a broad range of computer software. Accomplishment for more complex tasks. Teachers for the observed class and activities and the case studies were nearly unanimous also in reporting their students were able to handle more complex assignments and do more higher order skills, more collaboration with peers, increased use of outside resources, improved design, co-teacher use of software without permission. Using a software, a guide for ethical and legal use of software for members of the academic community. Software enables us to accomplish many different tasks with computers. Unfortunately, in order to get our work done quickly and conveniently, some people make and use unauthorized software copies. The purpose of these guidelines is to provide a brief outline of what you can legally can and cannot do with software. Hopefully, it will help you better understand the implication and restrictions to the US copyright law. Some related facts. Unauthorized copying of software is illegal. Copyright laws protect software authors and publishers, just as patent law protects investors. Unauthorized copying of software by individuals can harm the entire academic community. If unauthorized copying affiliates on a campus, the institution may incur legal liability. Also, the institution may find it more difficult to negotiate agreements that would make software more widely and less expensively available to members of academic commonly. Unauthorized copying and use of software deprive publishers and developers on a fair return for their work, increase prices, reduce the level of future support and enhancement, and can inhibit the development of new software products. Respect for the intellectual work of others has traditionally been essential to the mission of colleges and universities. As members of the academic community, we value the free exchange of ideas just as we do not tolerate plagiarism. We do not condone the unauthorized copying of software, including programs, applications, databases, and codes. Software and intellectual rights. Respect for intellectual labor and creativity is a vital academic discourse and enterprise. This principle applies to work of all authors and publishers in all media. It compasses respect for the right to acknowledgement, right to privacy, and right to determine the form, manner, and terms of publication and distribution. The three major types of computer viruses. Macroviruses. These are the largest of the three virus types. They use built-in programming scripts in such application as Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Word to automate the task. Boot record infections. These viruses are also known as boot virus or system virus. File infectors. These viruses targeted the files. Computer viruses have the virus name because they resemble illness in the way they infect a system. Doctors can usually diagnose a virus based on a system exhibited by the body. IT professionals can do the same with computers. Typically, sign of computer virus infections includes the three major computer virus: macro, boot record infectors, and file infectors. The common types of computer viruses. Number 1, resident virus. Resident viruses set up shop in your RAM and meddle with your system operations. They're so sneaky that they can even attach themselves to your antivirus software files. Number 2, multi-partite virus. The virus infects the entire system. Multi-part viruses spread by performing unauthorized actions on your operating system, folders, and programs. Number 3, direct action. The virus targets a specific file type, most commonly executable files or EXE, by replacing and infecting files. Due to its targeted nature, this virus is one of the easier ones to detect and remove. Browser hijacker. Easily detected, this virus infects your browser and redirects you to malicious websites. Number 5, overwrite virus. Like the name implies, overwrite viruses overwrite file content to infect entire folder files and programs. Number 6, web scripting virus. This sneaky virus disguises itself in the coding of links, ads, images, videos, and side code. It can infect system when users download malicious files or visit malicious websites. File infector. By targeting executable files, the file infector viruses slow down programs and damage system files when a user runs them. Network virus. The network virus travel throughout the network connections and replicate themselves throughout shared resources. Boot sector virus. One of the easier viruses to avoid. This virus hides out on a file or in a USB or email attachment. When activated, it can infect the system's master boot record to damage of the system.